Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you very much for being here. I always appreciate it incredibly. Tell me if you're new. I would greatly appreciate you pushing the subscribe button and the like if you're liking what you're seeing, so that you can become a regular part of my tribe and come back and see all of my videos. That will be monthly readings, mid-month. I like to upload something every day, to be honest. And today I'm actually uploading the video for Scorpio for the month of June. Yes, indeed, Scorpio, June has cometh. And it is going to be for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Scorpio. I find that if you may or may not resonate, as it is a very general reading. However, if you watch your moon and rising, there's that much more energy and possibility and guidance that comes through and clarity. So I think it's a great thing to do. And you might agree. Okay, so what I'm going to do really is I like to do readings and start with the tarot under 4 major categories for the month of June and finish with 2 or 3 oracle messages that are coming through specifically for you, Scorpio, for the month of June. And as I shuffle a little longer, I do want to share with you some very important astrological aspects that are happening in June. The first being the fact that by the end of June, we will have 6 major planets in retrograde. So it is, in fact, what we call retrograde season. And what I can really say to you simplistically about that is that everything is going to be kind of slowed down. So I feel like if something pops out, I'm going to just put it down there for you. I feel like things have been slow for a lot of us, not all of us. There's people working overtime during this change of our lives that's occurred in the last 2 months. However, I still feel like with the retrogrades, it's just a common denominator, specifically with 6, affecting different areas of our lives, of course. So you can basically say every aspect of you, from your thoughts to your feelings to your ambitions to your heart to your soul to your, it's going to be affected. Your relationships, your money, it's all going to be highlighted so that we have the time to really sit with what we're going to do moving forward that's going to be the best for us. Everything we feel is evolved to this point, things that are changing very, very rapidly. And the reason being for that, in addition to the retrogrades, is that we have 2 eclipses in the month of June. And the first one is going to be on June 5th, which is the full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. And that's absolutely energetically telling us about our learning and our studies and ideas and interests and classes and teaching and communicating with others. Huge communication comes to the forefront in June. We have the sign of Gemini in air sign right now, birthday sun season through June 20th, I believe, until it goes into Cancer, which is our second eclipse, the new moon eclipse in Cancer, your sister sign. So the emotion, the deep, deep sensitivity and love and a compassion that you feel is really going to be accented. And it's a good thing, Scorpio. It's going to clear the decks of the unnecessary relationships or attractions you've had that have been no good to this point, and just clearing that out. The eclipses represent sometimes instant beginnings and instant changes and endings. Sometimes we know, but I've honestly had at least 3 or 4 eclipses that have taken people or circumstances out of my life completely unexpected. And it has to happen. It was a natural course of life. But I'm just saying that that is a very, very prominent, common energy that happens with the eclipses. So you might know where they are too, and you've already seen it coming. So it's not like a shock. And everything happens exactly the way it needs to. And we realize that more and more through time, or at least I hope that we do, and that you do, because it's always for our betterment. We're always being divinely loved and guided. And I need to really emphasize that. When things aren't doing well and there's challenges, it's not necessarily comfortable or pleasant, but it's only leading to the part in our lives that will create that pleasantry and that stability and that deeper love and relationship. So, you know, those are the main emphasis of the planetary aspect. And as I said, I think predominantly for you, other than the need to just really kind of slow it down, and if you haven't, which a lot of us have, really enjoy it, you know, because I know even though I'm saying it's going to feel slower and there's not a whole lot you can push forward quickly, it's a great thing, you know, with what's happening right now and knowing the planets are slowing down things, and you know what I'm talking about. Fantastic, right? I want everything that's not been healthy or feeling really great for all of us to slow down, and I want to work towards the things that I want to have happen moving forward in a safe and structured manner with Saturn in retrograde. That's really going to focus in on that, you know, doing things in a really proper way for the best outcome. And then with retrograde Mercury, that's about transportation and communication mix-ups. So just slow it down as well. Double check everything. If you do have an opportunity to travel, make sure that you're double checking the times. If it's by flight, you know, your tickets, allowing for extra time everywhere and every time you decide to do something will be to your best interest. So, yeah, and especially with having the retrograde in in Mercury in Cancer, which is, like I said, it's a sister sign to you, so it's water, so it's going to be a kind of a common denominator with all water signs. So the reading, though, let's get forward with that. I'd like to do into 4 major categories. And the first one, and first of all, I'll mention the foundation for you. Okay, so the foundation for June is the 7 of Swords. Interesting. So this is a beautiful depiction. This is the Connolly Tarot deck. It's one of my favorites now, and I just started using it like very recently. It's really beautifully illustrated, and it's different than a Rider-Waite, which I've used for so many years, and even a lot of the other decks that I use. I like it because traditionally, the 7 of Swords is just about watching out and watching, being very aware of, you know, how others are acting or reacting around you during the month of June. The Swords are the air signs. They're the Libra, Gemini, and Aquarians. They're thinking, they're strategizing. They want to be fair. They want to be very clear-cut in their communication. It has to do with law and legalities and lawyers and justice and fairness and truth. Really going to be brought to the forefront with the eclipses, especially unrevealing things, you know, and getting to the heart of the matter, which you love anyway, Scorpio, because you go deep and you're perfect at being able to sort and dig through and mysteriously unravel and reveal what needs to be seen, like it or not. And that's a huge emphasis for you. So that's your foundation. And I like that. So you're going to be aware of any kind of tricksters, as they like to say for this card. I don't see that so much in here. I do see cloud with 2 swords up there, which means you've had some disgruntled conversations or perhaps heated moments when it comes to your thoughts and others and communication. But that makes perfect sense, you know, for the retrograde and the Mercury retrograde. There's going to be a possibility of misconstrued conversations or texts, you know, and that happens all the time anyway, because you can't really see or feel the emotion. You're just looking at the words. Just bearing that in mind, you'll be fine. This is, you know, a very temporary. Air it's moving all the time, right? So If it were grounded in earth, I'd be like, oh, that's going to be a longer, maybe more, permanent even kind of a feeling. But nope, it's all good. And you're just being aware. You're keeping track. You're watching yourself, and you're making sure you're safe, regardless of what other people choose to do. So then the overall energy for the month for you, though, beautiful Scorpios, is the moon. Whew, isn't that something? Well, the moon represents the sign of Pisces, and it also, of course, is it's our intuition. You are heavily and beautifully gifted with intuition and psychic abilities. All water signs, I think, are predominantly, I think every sign in the zodiac has that capability, but the water signs just intuitively and instinctually know and feel things from the beyond and the unseen mystical aspects of life, which is kind of why I do what I do. I have a Pisces rising. I see this as being information coming through for you, the unclear, kind of confusing, conflicting energies that have come through in the last couple of months. It's really starting to clear with the 2 eclipses. It's going to bring, like I said, out the truth. It's going to change things sometimes very quickly. But it has a lot to do with your intuition and judge and totally trusting it, and sitting with it and taking the time to be by yourself. As we can't really push too quickly forward in June, love it. Take time to go away, do something. We can go places now a little more, And you know what feels right for you, but do this for yourself. And know you have an incredible gift to tune in to the messages that are coming through. So I love that. I think it's beautiful. Interesting. I had not seen this in the other moons. I see it in the Magician card, but you've got the cup with this girl. That's your heartfelt emotions. You've got the wand with your aspirations and your action, and you've got the swords with your communication and your thoughts, and the pentacles. So you've got all the elements when it comes to the moon, and utilizing them like the magician in the way that works best for you. So the second category is under the category of possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the 5 of Wands. So there's action, but there's just like this kind of push me, pull me kind of frustration, It's just, that might be the obstacle for you. It's like, I want to think that I can move forward. The retrogrades are not allowing this right now, but I'm going to stand strong. I'm going to stick with what I know and believe intuitively and even physically will work for me moving forward. These are the fire signs, the element of fire being Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And like I said, the first eclipse is going to be in Sagittarius. So this is really kind of provoking and instigating in you this major desire to motivate yourself and move forward with an idea or inspiration, or just a person that you're working with of those signs, perhaps. Or you have that in you. You've got that fire, and you have this impatience. I'm not going to lie. You've got to let go of that, though. It won't do you any good, because you don't want to push forward and then have to go 1 foot forward, 2 steps back type of thing. Trust in that, please. Any kind of irritation or communication or, people losing their temper and confrontation, you really want to just set aside and leave that on the outside, not in your internal world. And that will really guide you in the right way. And you see a man in a boat getting away from that anyway. He's just moving toward better and more promising situations. So similar to the 6 of Swords when you're moving to smoother waters. So I like that a lot. Easy enough done. That's just an irritation that's short-lived. So progress is what I feel from that. The next is the category of love, and you have the 3 of Wands. Ooh, and it even shows a man and a woman. What? Are you interested in a fire sign? Scorpio, have you been attracted to, are you involved with already? Are you saying, okay, we've been doing this game for a while. I'm a Scorpio. I don't really rush into those kind of things. I have to make absolutely sure that I know this is a good combination, a good connection. And then thinking, yeah, let's do it. Let's move forward in our bond together, in our love, in our commitment to each other. If you are committed already, it's just going to that beautiful next level. We've got Venus in retrograde. It's very much going to affect your relationships. The reviewing and the revisiting and the renewing, a renewal of sorts. I love that. I know you're passionate, and you thrive on that beautiful, sensual, passionate aspects of your love lives. So yeah, cooperation, collaboration. It could be with loving of partnerships in work and creating projects with others, and it's working really well, and there's actually action, even though we're not able to do as much as quickly. You're definitely moving in that direction. June opens up energetically wise that way. So it's really kind of an oxymoron. Yes, you can go, but you can't. Or I should say dichotomy. Maybe that's the better word. It's just that kind of yin-yang thing that we have to work with, and we will. But I say just relax into it, and keep that fire going though. Never let that go, especially when it comes to love. Yeah, there's good things going for you. This is a good month. And you finished with the, under the sign of finances and category, you have the Three of Swords. Well, the swords, once again, you have the air quality. So that's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Very prominent energies in June and then even forward. Sun sign in Gemini right now, Venus retrograde Gemini, Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, yeah. And just about, your thoughts, and there's been some losses perhaps. Loss in communication, loss in finances, loss in legal, let's say court cases perhaps, something having to do with money, I don't know, maybe investments, there's a lot of people who've lost them right now, but don't ever believe that they cannot be built back up. I mean this more than ever, and I personally don't invest yet, I want to, but this has gone on forever, so please do not be taken by what's happened in the recent past or even right at this moment, because everything is continually changing financially and, of course, spiritually. And I feel like things will come back. I feel like more stronger than they have been. It certainly happens from 2008, if you were there and alive and experiencing that. It's just a matter of that trust. That's already happened. You're moving forward now, and you're going to make sure that that communication is really clear when it comes to how it is you want to proceed when it comes to your finances. And it has to do with other people, so I feel like there are corporations or, government aspects to this. Truth is coming, money's coming. What's lost is lost, but it will be built up again. And never lose sight or hope with that, please, Scorpio. Trust and believe. So yeah, the darkness of that is leaving you as well. And that's what these new, eclipses and the beginning aspects are going to show us, and we don't know necessarily, but we have a pretty good idea, right? Because there's unlimited possibilities in life. And so, yes, overall, keeping that faith and get action going, even if it's a slower month, don't stop what you believe in. And the motivation, continue that going. Know full well that your intuition is just spot on. And you will be given guidance in all different forms, perhaps dreams, just the instant feeling that you get. And, you may hear messages. I mean, I do. From people, through songs, it doesn't matter. There's an infinite way and countless ways to be able to get messages. Just stay tuned in and know that, the conversations that need to take place for your finances to improve will absolutely take place in the month of June, and then forward for July and so forth. We have a series of 3 eclipses, actually, by the third one being in July. So by then, for the next 6 months, the things that have occurred and happened for you is only going to get stronger and better as the months progress. So that's beautiful, Scorpio. Now, let me read from 3 of my beautiful favorite oracle decks to give you a little more clarity and hopefully upliftment and encouragement for the month of June. I'll just pull what comes up. That is the Super Attractor Manifestation card. And then you have your Wisdom of the Hidden Realms oracle message. Strictly and specifically, this flew out for Scorpios for the month of June 2020. And last but not least, the Healing with the Angels by Dorian Virtue. Beautiful last message from the angels, knowing you can always, always turn to your angels and ask for guidance and messages and signs. And they're always there to support you. Help you through whatever it is you need help with. All right, so the first card being the Super Attractor Manifestation message. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. And you will, Scorpio, and you've got the new moon and the full moon eclipse on this card. So if ever you're wanting the truth and some clarification, be prepared for June and then also July to receive that. Our years changed considerably from what we could have probably imagined. And it's all been for a purpose, and all of that will unravel and be explained in the months that come forward to the end of the month, a year, and leading us into the newness of next year. I love that for you. The Web Weaver, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. The Web Weaver, number 4, stability, strong foundation, progress, working with others. Let me read to you what it says for the Web Weaver to help guide you on your way. The Web Weaver rejoices that your creations are far-reaching and have positive effects on the many. Every action, every thought, every word and deed is woven into the web of creation. When the Web Weaver appears as your ally, she grants you the way to others of like mind and intention and lets you know you're not alone in your endeavors. Just when you need to make a connection, like magic, synchronicity occurs. Music reverberates through the web and plays in harmony with your own. This is a sign to trust in the connectivity between all events. Magic is afoot for you. If your query is about a relationship, the Web Weaver gives you assurance that meaningful coincidences come through us to give you reason to hope. Potential grows into reality with care and patience. Remember that the web reaches far and wide, and you're only capable of perceiving a small part of it. Trust and pay attention to the patterns you see play out in your life. All things will be revealed through the web. Just some more guidance for you, you probably understand that already. You wouldn't be watching this channel, you wouldn't be a Scorpio. But just that reassurance is just a beautiful thing, and that's specifically for you. No one else has gotten that in all my readings for June, so that says something as well. And in finishing, the special guidance from the angels is an important one, but it's balance. Keep that balance, keep that, what is the other card? Oh, for heaven's sakes, I'm not able to think of it, but it's a major arcana. And it's just the alchemy of balance within ourselves and with the world at large, with our daily activities, you know, what we intake, what we put out. Just keeping the temperance is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Spirit. The temperance within ourselves and the ability to literally change our energetic field to feel balanced and stable and secure, and know with everything we are internally, which then of course affects everything on the outside, it is at its perfect best, and we can stay healthy that way. We can stay trusting and faithful in everything. So thank you so much for stopping in, Scorpio. I truly hope you resonate with this. If you don't at the beginning of the month, check it at the end. I just love you being here, and I hope you will come back next month or in the mid-month of June. I will do the mid-months as well. And just take great care of yourselves. You're important. So until next time, thanks so much. Bye for now.